Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Solano Gymnasium, where the visiting Alameda Cougars are taking on your Solano Falcons for the last time here at home. And Brian Nelson here on the call, joined in the broadcast booth with Mike McLeod. Mike, what are your thoughts on tonight's matchup?
Well, first of all, glad to be here. This is the first broadcast that you and I have done together by ourselves. We've had Stosh in the past, but he has the flu. But next man up, or
next man out,
whatever you wanted to say. But Solano versus Alameda is going to be a good game. Should be a high-scoring game. We saw the game last time in Alameda, 79-67. Solano won, and really, Alameda has no problem scoring the basketball. They average 75 points per game, up to 79 points per game in conference play, but they give up over 80.1. So you see why Alameda could be 2-21. They've had two 10-game losing streaks just this season, and you know, Solano's not having the best season. They're 6-17 overall, but this is a team that they should beat, and as long as they can get good shots, they should be able to come away with the win.
And this is, of course, the last home game for Solano, so that means it's sophomore night. So we like to call out three individuals who is their final home game for Solano. Donovan Smith, Corey Cox, and Kyle Osterstock. They have been pivotal members of this team throughout the whole season. Been great examples for the program for Coach Nagel.
Yeah, talk about three. Number 3 on the court in white, Donovan Smith. He told Poff today, Greg Poff, he said, "I'm going off for you." And that's not usually what he likes to say. He's usually a humble guy, likes to let his play do the talking, but he said, "I'm going off." And in this last game against Alameda, he went for 33 and 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 13 of 17 from the field. And absolutely incredible.
We've seen him go off here at Solano, going for 30 and 10, so let's see if he can't do it again. But Alameda wins the tip-off with Antoine Johnson, Cruz Gins Jr., Benny Luong, Bronte Dickerson, and Aaron Carter starting it out for the Cougars. Into Bronte Dickerson into the post. A little hook shot, not good. Sewell not able to gather that rebound, so it'll be Cougars ball.
And honestly, Alameda is a little bit of an unknown for us because the place that we usually get our stats from is they don't keep stats for Alameda.
Yeah, and quick inbound. Cougars not able to capitalize on that possession. Sewell in the corner to Corey Cox, paired with J.T. Robinson, Donovan Smith, and Kyle Osterstock for the starting 5 for the Falcons. Corey Cox gets a screen from Sewell. Pull-up jumper for Cox. It rims off the front of the rim, bounces out. Rebound by Bronte Dickerson. Long pushes it up court. 3. No good. 2 long. Dickerson with the offensive rebound. Put back. So the first points of the game go to the Cougars. Now LeJean Sewell over to Donovan Smith. Passing it to J.T. Robinson. Setting a screen for Robinson. Tries to go up and under, but no good. Luong out on the fast break. Trying to cut into the lane. And he flips it up and in. I thought it was going to be good defense by Osterstock, but Luong found a way to put that ball in.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're excited to see the Asian guys starting on a basketball team.
I know, right? You got to show some Asian pride there.
Nice move, though, to get to the rim.
Yeah, I honestly did not expect him to scoop that up and in. That's what J.T. Robbins tried to do on the other end. Couldn't make that shot. And Smith shoots a long 3, gets a favorable bounce. So Donovan Smith hits his first shot. Hey, it's sophomore night. All the bounces are going to Donovan Smith's way. So now Benny Luong swings it out to the cutting Johnson, and he is able to lay it up and in. Antoine Johnson, they have a very high-paced offense this first 2 minutes.
You can see why they score almost 80 points a game. They took somebody to. They only lost by 1. They lost to Merritt by 1, 100-99.
Wow. So Corey Cox in to the post, and he's able to bang his way to the layup. Quick pace on the other end. Cruz Gins Jr. So a little Phoenix Sun-style offense.
And that's off a made basket. Solano has to do a better job of getting back in transition defense.
So that bucket made in probably less than 5 seconds on the shot clock. Donovan Smith for a long 3. No good. Rebound by Aaron Carter. Out to Benny Luong. They throw it cross court. Gins Jr. for 3, and he hits it in the corner, so hot start for the Cougars.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing this all night. It's basically going to be an all-star game. Just not a lot of defense played at one end, although, you know, not to take anything away from them, but they're going to give up a lot of points, but they're going to score a lot of points.
So Robinson tried to split the defense. Smith with the offensive rebound. Corner 3 is good, so Donovan Smith promised it to Poff, and he's trying to deliver.
There you go. He has 6 of the first 8 points already.
And this type of pace has to be good for Donovan Smith, that up and down style, get him into a rhythm, and that can last all game long as Sewell is on the fast break. He drives it past Benny Luong, foul, and he's not able to connect on that layup, but is going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, good aggressiveness from LeJean Sewell to get to the rim and force Luong to make a play and make the foul. Take the foul.
And this is probably the best thing for Solano right now. Take a little breather because Alameda's pace is quite frantic up and down. And checking in for Solano is Tim Moore. And for Alameda's Devontae Harrell alongside Malik Kemp. So brand new backcourt for the Cougars. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see that all night with their type of style of offense, hockey-style substitutions, bringing on multiple different looks. So Bronte Dickerson with the rebound. Gets it over to Kemp.
Bronte Dickerson already with 4 rebounds here in the game.
Definitely his size going to be a factor. He averages 10 and 7 a game. Good play by Sewell to tip it over. Heads up, Chelsea. Don't break the equipment.
It's not the equipment. It's not Chelsea breaking the equipment. It might be the basketball breaking the equipment.
So hopefully that was good. There was a drink there.
We lost something.
We lost something, folks. So we'll have to go radio style possibly. But Antoine Johnson able to lay that up and in. Corey Dickerson trying to push the pace. Draws a foul. So Solano, I think they're pretty happy with this up and down tempo.
Yeah. It's going to be a test for them later on when their legs get tired. They're not used to running exactly this pace. Unless they're playing scrimmages versus the girls, there's not a lot of... They like to play kind of in between plays. They can slow it down, and you see Donovan Smith kind of shaking hands with the Alameda player there.
Yeah. And
might know each other from AAU.
Corey Cox trying to say that he was in the process of shooting, trying to get to the line. I thought he was going to lay it up, but apparently that was not a shooting foul, just a blocking foul.
Well, he ended up passing it away, so you can't really say you're in the process of the shot.
So Donovan Smith going to take the ball out.
These two have some sort of history with each other.
These two teams?
No, these two players, Devontae Harrell and Donovan Smith, they must know each other from somewhere, AAU or something, because it's not like him to say that he's going to go off tonight and then the exchanges that they've seen there.
So Harrell with a skip pass over to Gins Jr. in the corner to Johnson. Good defense by Tim Moore. The outlet pass to Donovan Smith. 1-on-3, draws a foul. So good outlet pass there by Corey Cox.
Yeah, but even better defense from Tim Moore. I like Tim Moore. Tim Moore is a great guy both on and off the court. I have a sociology class with him. He has a real personality, really enthusiastic, and that translates to his play.
Very long, lanky defender. Very passionate. You see him a lot of times. If a call doesn't go his way, he shows a little frustration, but I think that's something that's okay for Coach Nagel's team, to show a little bit of enthusiasm if something doesn't go your way. So Smith able to hit both free throws.
Yeah, emotion's not bad if you don't get a tech or something. If it doesn't hurt your team, emotion's not bad.
So Dickerson over into the corner for Harrell for 3. Goes over the backboard, so it's going to be taken out of bounds. Solano, Andrew Brinson checked into the game. So the backcourt is Andrew Brinson and Donovan Smith with Tim Moore, Corey Cox, and Kyle Osterstock on the court. Donovan pushing the ball up over to Cox. A foul off the ball. Very chippy play from Harrell.
I'm telling you, these guys have history with each other. They want to do well against each other. That's something that you're going to have to watch throughout this game. 3 in white, 0 in blue. See how that matchup plays out.
And Right on cue, Corey Cox is going to drive the lane off the backboard and good. That's really going to benefit Corey Cox if Alameda starts getting into foul trouble.
Yeah, Corey Cox is too big to be guarded one-on-one. I don't care who you are. He's too quick to be guarded by bigs, and he's too big to be guarded by smalls. So he's going to have his way. You're going to have to foul him early and get him out of a shooting rhythm. And so right now you see him capitalizing.
Yeah, this quick pace is all knotted up at 13-13 apiece with 15:23 left in the first half. And seeing Alameda for the first time, what are your first impressions?
They like to run. They're athletic. They shoot well. The stats, we couldn't believe them, and actually they don't keep a lot of stats, but 50%, 51% from the field, 60% of the recorded stats from three, is 66% from the foul line. So great pace, great shooting, great offense.
I would actually compare it like roster to roster to Solano. They have a lot of smaller wing defenders, and they only have really Bronte Dickerson in the post to go to. Dickerson looks like a pretty competent big man for the Cougars.
Both teams run a three-guard lineup. I know Tim Moore sitting there in the 2-3 zone. They have bigs on the wings now. But
so corner three is rebounded by Corey Cox. He's going to push it up. Donovan Smith, pull-up jumper. Baseline jumper, no good. Bronte Dickerson with the rebound. Outlet and push by Kemp. Kemp up to Johnson. Johnson to the corner for Gins Jr., but nice play by Donovan Smith getting to the passing lane.
Yeah, that's good heads-up play by Donovan Smith, not to just run at the shooter, but know that there was going to be another pass to the corner. And Devontae Harrell, if he doesn't get the ball all night, that Donovan Smith is happy.
So Solano's in a zone look with Brinston and Smith up top. See how Alameda responds on this possession with Malik Kemp surveying the defense, passing it over to Johnson. Gins Jr. hounded. Dickerson hounded in the corner. Brinston on the breakaway, layup, and it's good. So good defense on the zone by the Falcons.
Yeah, that's the first player off the bench to score for Solano.
So good play by the top two perimeter defenders, the guards, Smith and Brinston. Dickerson in the post. Nice job by Osterstock, but he fouled him on the way up. Really, Bronte Dickerson's size is going to be something that Solano has to be wary of. Andre Usher and Kyle Osterstock, they're going to have to key on number 25.
And I'd like to see a lot of Andre Usher in this game. I know that it's sophomore night, and you want to get Kyle Osterstock as many minutes as you can, but honestly, Kyle Osterstock, he's tall, but he's not big. And I don't want to seem like I'm clowning on him, but he's not. He's almost a stretch five. He's a Andrea Bargnani. He's not going to be able to keep up with the bigger, stronger bigs in this league.
And so the freshman center there makes that free throw. Very impressive for a freshman to be coming back for Alameda. The season's not going too well for them, 2-21. But to have a skilled big man like that can't hurt. So Donovan Smith fakes and passes it out to Brinston for three. Tim Moore with offensive rebound, puts it up off his right hand and up and in.
I see you, Tim. So I see you.
Going to his weak hand, Tim Moore, the lefty, makes a nice move there on Bronte Dickerson. Dickerson passing it out, saving it for three. Kemp off the top of the backboard, so Alameda not getting favorable bounces on that three-point shot.
No, but they're going to take enough shots that it doesn't really matter. They're one of the quickest paces in the state, and so if they miss one, whatever, come back, shoot another one.
So now Aaron Jacobs into the game, going to guard Corey Cox. Alameda going to a semi-press defense, full court. Brinston being guarded by Malik Kemp. Over to Corey Cox, trying to set up the offense. Probably going to get a screen. Nope. Going to give it to Donovan Smith, who's going to drive. Pass it out to Dickerson, or to Cox, excuse me. Brinston in the corner. Passing out to Cox with 9 on the shot clock. Going to reset. Probably going to get a screen from Tim Moore. Goes away from it. Hounded by Jacobs. 2 on the shot clock. Puts it up. And off the back of the rim and rebounded by Dickerson. So frantic offense by Solano. Alameda's defense causing that bad shot by Cox. Dickerson in the post. Up and over Osterstock.
And Osterstock's doing everything he can, but he cannot keep Bronte Dickerson out of the post. You can't let him get that deep a position.
Yeah, Bronte's a brute down there. So Corey Cox gives it to Smith. Breaks down his defender, broke his ankles, and he makes the three-point shot. Antoine Johnson, I hope you got some ice packs on the bench because you're going to need some, son.
Donovan Smith looked up at us. He's trying to go off. He knows what this could mean for his future going forward.
And boy, what an offensive move by Donovan Smith, breaking down the defender. Jacobs for three, answers, so good response by Aaron Jacobs, the bench player, averaging 9 points a game. So Donovan Smith, after that last play, sure to be something to watch on this offensive possession. Smith in the corner, out to Corey Cox up top. Going to be double teamed. Tim Moore, the outlet, over to Smith for three. Too strong, off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Dickerson, he's swallowing everything up. Has to be at least his sixth rebound. A three shot by Gins Jr., and it is good. So
it's hard to broadcast this and try to keep stats because every time I look down to write something, something else has happened.
Yeah, this frantic pace is certainly something to watch.
I can see now why even the coaches have a hard time putting together all the stats for this Alameda team.
So Tim Moore with the lefty runner, too hard, rebounded, pushed up by Kemp. Kemp over to Gins Jr., who drives, scoop shot, didn't get the right English on there. Tim Moore trying to push it, fouled by Malik Kemp in the open court.
Tim Moore has to be careful where his hand goes because he was on Malik Kemp's face with his right hand.
Yeah, it's basketball. Tim,
you know,
not football. No need to stiff arm.
That would be a penalty even in football. That's face mask.
But hey, when you got long arms like Tim Moore, maybe just your arm goes up and
you wouldn't
you're
know
bound to
what
hit something.
happens
Yeah.
with long arms, would you?
No, I would not. No. So Tim Moore
Busted
on
Tim.
the much smaller defender. The mismatch going to be handled by Alameda. Brinson with a nice crossover, pull-up jumper. Great move by Brinson, breaking down Jacobs.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful. I saw him working on that in warm-ups. A little 1-2 dribble, get to the middle, 10-footer.
And Alameda's defense really is playing into Solano's offensive strength, which is they tend to do a lot of one-on-one possessions. So Solano being able to execute in the half court and now in transition over to Tim Moore. Pump fake goes up by his defender and out. Rebounded by Dickerson, but foul by Andre Usher, who just checked into the game.
Yeah, Andre Usher, foul trouble has plagued him really all season. I like the aggressiveness, but you can't. That's a foul 94 feet from the hoop. So once you've been beat and you get the other team has the rebound, get back on defense.
Especially with the pace of Alameda, you might want to get back as the defensive center so that Bronte Dickerson doesn't get good position in the post. Jacobs with the three, off target. And Smith with the nice save to Tim Moore. Tim Moore in the open court to Brinson. Brinson back to Moore, but Benny Luong able to break that ball up. Jacobs now with the lob pass to Gins Jr. So Gins Jr. with the alley-oop.
Incredible.
So
he really should have thrown the lob on Solano's end, threw the pass behind him. And
so Brinson for three. Not able to make it. And Dickerson with another rebound. Well on his way to a double-double if he can get some points. And Smith fouls Bronte Dickerson. So Dickerson will go to the line, shoot two.
But he's already made his first 2 free throws the first time we fouled him. So if you're a big man that can shoot free throws, you're going to have a future.
And with the cardio workout he gets there, he's been on the floor just about the entire game. I don't think he's been out at any point this first 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes. So Corey Cox checking back in the game, so along with Jesse Carey. So the lineup looks like LeJean Sewell and Donovan Smith out in the backcourt with Jesse Carey, Corey Cox, and Andre Usher. So Carey boxed out his man, but didn't box out Dickerson, and Dickerson gets the putback.
And you can't expect Donovan Smith to box out Bronte Dickerson.
So when Jesse Carey boxes out his defender, he's got to go grab that rebound, not just box out his man.
Don't look at it.
So Sewell with the pull-up three. Too strong, follows his own miss, and puts it up on the other side of the glass. So nice put back by Sewell, not settling as Dickerson with a mid-range shot, too strong, rebounded by Carey. Cross-court pass to Corey Cox in motion. Pull-up jumper is good, so nice rhythm jumper from Corey Cox. So Luong with the turnover, 3-on-1. Sewell back to Donovan Smith, lays it up and out, but Corey Cox with a little volleyball putback. So Solano defense paying off on the offensive end as they take the lead back, 28-26 with 8:33 left in the first half.
And the thing about fast pace, you can score a lot of points, but you can give up a lot of points.
There by Corey Cox, puts it back up and in.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. You can give up a lot of points really quickly because turnovers end up getting turned into points.
And I think Solano's very lucky on that 3-and-1 break. You kind of want that middle man to kind of push back a little bit so that you don't get crowded. That extra person sometimes is the downfall of the offense because it's
you want to give it to the person in the middle early and have them attack the basket and have the defender commit to the person in the middle before dishing it off.
So Solano, but I thought they ran that pretty well for a 3-1 break.
They did. Donovan didn't make the shot, but
Corey Cox was in the perfect position.
Exactly. That's why you have that third defender there, or third offensive player there.
So Solano takes the lead back. It's been a back-and-forth contest with Alameda Cougars as Jacobs trying to get it to Carter in the post, along with Malik Kemp. Carter in the corner with the careless pass. Corey Cox with nobody around him. Gonna lay it up and in.
Yeah, come on.
It's sophomore night, Corey. Nah. It's, he was.
He probably just didn't want to get hung up.
He made the smart decision,
2 points is 2 points. But that's like Blake Griffin saying, I'm just going to lay it up.
Yeah.
On a breakaway. 2-1-0.
So Carter in the post, fouled by Andre Usher, so that's his second personal foul.
Yeah, and Andre Usher already with 2 fouls early.
And you don't want to get him foul trouble when Bronte Dickerson is finally getting a rest for Alameda. You want to save those fouls for the big man. So Alameda makes a substitution. 3 by Johnson, no good. Rebounded, puts back up and out, and the ball is tipped off of Alameda, and it's going to be Solano ball. So Barber checking into the game for Alameda.
And Jamani Barber.
Coach told me he was not here today.
Maybe it's somebody else.
Yeah.
And they're just wearing 4. I don't know. But hopefully it's Nick Young.
There's no Swaggy P here for Alameda as Corey Cox drives the lane. Going to go to the free throw line for 2.
And if he makes these, he will be in double digits to join Donovan Smith.
Yeah, and with you saying that, we know for a fact that he's not going to make 2.
Of course not. No. Why would he? He can't.
He makes the first, though. So one of us is going to be right. One of us is going to be wrong. With this free throw at 7:31 left.
Look at Gerardo. Getting the good camera angles.
So
and he did make both. So I was
both.
Right. You were wrong.
Yeah.
Na-na-na-na boo-boo. Stick your head in doo-doo.
I have to eat that crow. It tastes very bitter. So Jacobs, hounded by Snell, who's into the game for the first time. Pull-up jumper. Gets his own rebound. Put back. Gets it to roll. So Aaron Jacobs with the putback over Joshawn Snell, who just checked into the game. Giving Donovan Smith a quick breather, who's going to check back into the game. Next dead ball. As Alameda switches to a zone defense, Corey Cox gets a screen from Osterstock over to Snell in the corner for 3. Off front of the rim. Rebounded by Kemp. Kemp pushes it up to Johnson. Johnson with a layup too strong. Swiped on Corey Cox, but Sewell is out. Nobody's going to catch him, and he's going to lay it up and in.
He's just too quick. Lightning fast.
So LaJean Sewell gets his Usain Bolt sneakers and flies past everybody.
Needs a fire hose.
Yep. as Snell steals the ball away. Corey Cox on the fast break. Going to drive it up and get the foul. Almost gets it to roll.
That would have been clever.
A little, what was that, a little flip shot?
Well, he got hit, and so he just ran off his fingers, and it had enough English on it to get into the rim, but
not enough to rattle home.
A little bit too much, actually.
A little too much English.
Yeah.
Need some Spanish? Too much? Okay.
French-Canadian, maybe?
Yeah. So Corey Cox back to
French
the line
onion
where
dip.
he makes his living. He averages about 7 free throw attempts a game, shooting around 78% on the year. Corey Cox hits the first, as Smith going to check back into the game. They're going to go with a small-looking lineup with Snell, Sewell, and Smith. All the S's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
Yep. The Solano S's. Not as catchy as, Splash Sisters. Yeah.
Whatever, but that's fine. We'd have more time to come up with a nickname, but it's sophomore night, so.
So they're examining Corey Cox, possibly for some blood.
Infectious disease timeout?
That'd be the first one I've seen here at Solano.
Yeah, well, somebody's doing something.
Yeah, they're going to check out Corey Cox because it looks like he has blood on his uniform. So with 6:18 left, it's a 35-28 ball game. You are watching the Solano College Sports Network, either on youtube.com/Solano College or on Channel 28 Think TV. We'd like to thank you for watching, and this game has been really entertaining for the first 14 minutes.
I'm both really surprised at how much time is left and how little time is left, because it feels like it's been so up and down that it's been really like
an entire half.
Half already. But because of the pace, you get trained, okay, this is going quickly, there's more time left. And then you look up and they're like, okay, it's 6:18 left on the clock. It's still pretty quick. You lose track of time when people go as quickly as they do.
And this is the longest break that either team will have, so it's as good as a timeout for that infectious disease control. Corey Cox misses the second, rebounded by Barber. Now Johnson has it over to Kemp. Kemp, the point guard. Going to have to deal with Solano in his zone. Over to Jacobs. Jacobs hounded by Donovan Smith. Back over to Kemp. Trying to get into the post somewhere. Nice cut by Barber. Too short. The bounce is going Solano's way, but into the hands of Kemp. Johnson for three. Too short. Battle for the rebound. Corey Cox not able to handle that. Jacobs with a pull-up three. And he's off to the right.
And none of those shots actually hit the rim. So the shot clock never reset.
Wow.
So that's why he had to pull up and almost do a drifting three, because they just had to beat the shot clock.
Yeah, that was a very interesting possession, to say the least, from Alameda. About 4 shots, none hit the rim. As Snell over to Smith. Skips it over to Osterstock, finds a cutting Sewell, back behind. Trying to get it up over the defenders, but he's going to be fouled by Jacobs. So Jean Sewell having a pretty solid first half.
Yeah, 5 points, followed his shot on the missed three that he had. Nice little up and in, and now he's at the free throw line, potentially his 6th and 7th point.
That was a nice find by Osterstock. They weren't expecting Solano to cut back behind their zone defense.
Well, when the guy that the center usually guards is out at the three-point line, there's no frame of reference for who should guard where he should be.
As Sewell hits the first. That is a great shot there by Gerardo, one of our rookie cameramen, as he hits the second. So it is now a 9-point ball game. Solano's biggest of the evening.
And, we've never done that camera angle because I always felt like we were too distracting and we didn't want to step on anybody's toes or freak anybody out. But
Gerardo's like, nah, we got it.
Gerardo doesn't mind making people upset, so.
Ruffle a few feathers. Because we're Falcons, get it? Because Falcons have feathers? No?
Stop it.
Okay. You have to put me in check sometimes, Mike, and that was a perfect opportunity. So Gins Jr. passes it to Johnson for three. Off the back of the rim, Corey Cox The ball went off of Dickerson's leg. I'm telling you right now. I'm letting the ref know, and he clearly heard me.
Yeah. No, it was very clearly off Barber's leg.
Yeah, good play by Cox to knock it off the Alameda defender. As Smith gonna pass it into Osterstock into the post, makes a post move. It's sophomore night. Kyle Osterstock hit a hook shot.
He didn't shoot a three.
He did not. It was a lefty hook shot from Kyle Osterstock.
He's been working on that one all year.
He's been saving it just for sophomore night. Dickerson passing it out to Johnson. Barber in the post kicks it out.
That's travel.
That is travel. He shuffled his feet before he
so
dribbled.
Bouncy, though. Do you see how much hang time he got?
Yeah, Gins Jr. is definitely Alameda's version of Donovan Smith athletic-wise.
I want to see a Cruz Gins Jr. breakaway dunk.
We saw the alley-oop earlier in the half-court set, and Gins Jr., if he gets a steal.
I want to see Zach Levine on this court right now.
As Smith with a long three.
Missed everything.
Inhaled by Dickerson. As Gins Jr. is going to drive. Kicks it out to Johnson for three. Too short. Rebounded by Smith. Almost hit out of bounds. Smith to Snell. Osterstock to Cox. Sewell smacked by Gins Jr. So Solano fortunate to get that ball out of the Alameda side of things.
Twice they had to save it. Incredible teamwork, knowing where everybody's going to be, finding Kyle Osterstock and Osterstock with the heads-up play to find Sewell.
As Sewell goes back to the line, so story of this first half, some impressive threes from Donovan Smith, and Sewell and Cox living at the line. As he hits the first, as Alameda has 9 team fouls, so any foul from now on is going to be double bonus, which means 2 free throws.
And according to our stats, Alameda only averages 2.5 fouls as a team.
Interesting.
Yeah. So a little bit of an aberration.
Yeah. Very uncharacteristic. As Money Mike McLeod.
Oh, how dare you.
Am I allowed to give myself a nickname?
No.
Stosh gave me the brain, Brian the Brain Nelson. So Donovan Smith skips it over to Osterstock for three. Nails it. And you saw him in warm-ups nailing threes.
Kyle Osterstock and Jesse Carey, they would go through the drill of going to the 5 different spots on the three-point line, go until you miss, go to the next spot. And they were hitting quite a few in a row.
And Gins Jr., too strong. Dickerson swatted by Smith, but he gets him on the wrist. So Dickerson going to go back to the line. And you look up, and Solano has a 16-point lead.
Yeah, and you don't really realize that Alameda hasn't scored in 3 minutes.
I think that has a lot to do with the young man at the line not being in the lineup. As Dickerson hits the first. Really, Alameda's offense functioned through Bronte Dickerson for the majority of the first half before he went out. As we have a number 12 checking into the game.
Nope.
I'm just going to call him Ponytail. So Ponytail checks into the game. As there's a weird buzzer from the scores table.
I think they hit the wrong button instead of starting the shot clock. They hit the buzzer.
So
that was cute. We said that at the same time.
So I guess we finish each other's sentences, I guess?
The sandwiches.
That's weird. I don't like that feeling. This is our first game together. How are we finishing each other's sentences already?
Because we spend so much time together.
That makes me feel even worse. So Donovan Smith,
I'm your best friend, let's be honest.
You're my best
Brian
ginger.
the Brain Nelson. Somebody down there is listening to us.
Glad somebody's listening to me. Certainly isn't my broadcast partner. No, I'm just kidding. So there's a lot of confusion. Everybody's just looking around.
Somebody got tech.
So Osterstock hits the first. They're going to issue it to the Alameda side.
I guess Kyle Osterstock's your best free throw shooter?
He does have the highest percentage on the team at 83%.
Really?
Doesn't go to line too often, but he does have the highest percentage statistically. It goes Osterstock at 83, Smith at 81, Corey Cox at 78.
Incredible. Wouldn't have guessed.
And the 3 sophomores.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They've had the most time in this system. They know how to get their shots up. And they're also just older, so they've had a year more of playing time.
So a tech on Alameda. Not sure who that was on. Possibly the coach.
No, we were too busy talking about Brian the Brain Nelson.
Yep.
Money Mike McLeod.
What's Stosh's nickname? Stosh's
Not
name
here.
is so unique that it's can't.
I call him Stoshua.
I would say como Stosh. Like, how are you, Stosh? No?
Stop it. Get out. Take a lap. 5 suicides for that. You know how awful suicides are?
I don't. Luckily enough, my athletic career ended around Gymboree.
You start at one baseline. How you guys doing? You start at one baseline, you go to the free throw line, back, half court, back, other free throw line, back. Full court, back. You do that 5 times.
Luckily, I have taken a basketball class. Oh, and what did you get?
Come
Gins on the breakaway.
Oh, you almost missed the rim.
Yep. You almost jumped right past the rim, but you got what you wanted, Mike.
I did.
Cruz
It wasn't cruise control.
Oh, there you go. Flying like Ted Ginn Jr.
Yeah, there you go.
Osterstock. Back to Snell. So Snell, Smith, and Sewell with Corey Cox with the pull-up jumper. Too strong. Going to be rebounded by Gins Jr. Out to Kemp. Kemp over to Gins Jr. Bronte Dickerson into the post. Nice job by Osterstock denying him good position. Pump fake by Alameda. Stolen by Donovan Smith. The ball's going to go off of Alameda, and it's going to be Solano ball.
But good defense from Malik Kemp to stop the break and not give up any easy points to Solano.
So Brinston and JT Robinson in for Sewell and Smith. A little bit taller lineup with Snell and Brinston, the 2 backup guards, with Robinson, Cox, and Osterstock. So backup backcourt and the starting front court with 2 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first half. Brinston over to Robinson. They're going with the set where Osterstock and Cox are going to set screens, and they're going to not draw a foul there on Gins Jr., who fell to the ground. Cox up top with 7 left. He's going to drive to his right, pull up. It's going to be short. Rebounded by Alameda.
Yeah, he hit that first rhythm jumper.
Nice overplay by Osterstock, but Gins Jr. gathers it. Little teardrop too strong. Dickerson up and gets the favorable bounce. So Dickerson, nice hustle, not giving up on that play. So Bronte Dickerson, really the impact player for Alameda this first half. JT Robinson over to Corey Cox. Brinston now trying to break down his man. Cox goes to his right, drives, gets a foul on Bronte Dickerson. So maybe that's the way to get him off the court, get him in some foul trouble.
Yeah, and that's really why he took the rest. Obviously, he needed to take a rest anyway, but then he got in foul trouble. They brought him to the bench. Now he has his, was that second or third foul?
Not quite sure.
I'm just going to say it's his second.
Yeah, just to be safe.
And they only get 5 in college, so.
I'm going to say it's the second, too, because there's nobody coming in for him. I would think if it was his third foul, coach would want him out, especially how pivotal he is to the offense and defense, for that matter. Every Solano miss, it seems like, is swallowed up by Dickerson.
They really sometimes run a 1-4-out offense where they just have Dickerson in the middle.
So nice play by Corey Cox trying to intercept that, but it's going to go off of his own leg. So with 1:10.
And Corey Cox's last 5 points have come at the line.
Interesting. That's definitely his game, though. His aggressiveness.
Mm-hmm.
You have to respect his pull-up jumper, so either he's going to drive and just pull up or drive right past you and try and draw a foul. Really a typical Corey Cox kind of game. I would like to see him trying to throw it down on that one fast break.
Yeah. That's a missed opportunity.
So Dickerson at the line. Gonna shoot the first of a 1-on-1. Make it. Very impressed with the free throw shooting from Dickerson as well.
Yeah, he actually has just as many points from the line as he does from the field.
What would that be, Mike?
8.
8.
8 total. So if you want to divide that in half.
Yes.
Actually, now he has 9.
So, yeah.
So 4 from the field, 5 from the line.
And he is definitely on his way to a double-double with a number of rebounds with his 9 points. As Snell loses his footing, going to be poked away by Kemp. Dickerson on the break. Gins Jr. going to pass it back out to Johnson for 3. Off back of the rim. Dickerson puts it and passes it to Gins Jr. Going to do a little tip drill. Get an offensive rebound and put back.
He's just padding his stats at this point.
Yeah, so the two Cougars that are really in control are Gins Jr. and Dickerson. Snell wide open for 3. Coach was the only one near him, and Snell hits that 3. He was so wide open, the coach tried to guard him.
You got to do something when your team's not playing.
So Johnson out to Kemp. Jacobs to Gins Jr. into the post. Dickerson, nice flip shot, but too strong as Snell and Robinson go for that same rebound, and it's going to go off of the hands of JT Robinson out of bounds. With 10.2 left on the game clock, so Alameda can hold for the last shot of the first half if they want to, but Dickerson will take it anyway. Rebounded by Gins Jr., taken out by Jacobs for 3. Rebounded by Brisson with 2 seconds left. Full court shot.
Not even close.
Not even close. So at the half, Solano leads 50-38. And Mike, what can you say for Solano on their final home game?
Really, if not for the foul trouble that Donovan Smith got into, getting his second foul with really like 5-6 minutes left in the first half, he would have been on track to do even more than he did, but already 11 points. Corey Cox, 8 plus 5 from the line, 13 points in the first half. And really, it's been mostly the starters, but pretty good up and down game. They have half a bill at the half. So, like I said, this is going to be a high-scoring game, and so far we've seen it. You see Donovan Smith there going, saying hi to everybody. There's us. Hello.
Yep, in front of a crowd. We got our entourage in front of us, apparently. And really, Alameda, their pace has really benefited Solano, I think. Their offense has gotten to a nice tempo on the offensive end with Corey Cox and Sewell going to the line a lot, and their defense causing turnovers, which is getting easy buckets. So we'll see if Solano can duplicate that success in the second half. So we'll be right back after this. And there was Donovan Smith showing some of his athleticism during pre-game warm-ups, dunking the ball down. And Solano really kept that momentum from warm-ups into the game, and they lead by 12.
Yeah, and we saw during his third 3 of the game when he broke down his defender, I believe it was Devontae Harrell. Could have also been any one of 3 guards, maybe Anton
I think it was Johnson.
Yeah. So he's putting on a show for us tonight. Already 11 points, a number of rebounds, and assists.
So great night from the sophomore guard. All sophomores having a pretty good game. Osterstock has 5 points.
7 points, actually. He had those 2 technical free throws.
Right, he did. So Smith.
And he would have made that one, too.
But Smith travels, so it's going to be Alameda. Well,
whatever. Alabama College probably isn't that great either. So
no, yeah.
I'm just kidding, Alameda. You guys are awesome. Score plenty of points a game.
Just not quite Alabama. So
Alabama's basketball team is probably pretty on par.
Good point. Gins Jr. for 3, and he makes it.
Why not?
The athleticism begins. He can also shoot the rock.
Yeah, it's his third 3 of the night.
I'm very impressed with Cruz.
17 points on the night.
Sewell with the zone. Over to Osterstock for the corner three. That was off. It's going to hit the front of the rim. Cox on a 1-on-4 fast break. Over to Bronte, and he slams it home. Bronte Dickerson.
You ever feel weird calling people by their first name during the broadcast?
Nope, Mike, I don't.
Okay.
Sorry.
My bad.
Should I?
I don't know.
Donovan?
It seems less professional. Donovan.
Fine, Smith. Smith for three. Over to Long. Long crossing up nobody. Passing over to Gibbs for three. It was just an interesting move.
Whatever, it worked. It got him 3 points.
It threw me off. It must have thrown off the Solano defender. And they came out, and they're red hot with 7 quick points after halftime. And that's Alameda's pace. It was
one of those threes must have been labeled a 2 then, because the layup and 2 Gins threes should be 8 points off of the 38. Should be 46.
So maybe a foot on line possibly on one of those 3-point shots from Gins Jr. The leading scorer for the Cougars at 15.9 a game with 4.1 rebounds and 0.8 assists. Really, they don't have the most outstanding passing numbers, but they've shown quite an aptitude for passing the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't know how much of that is just a lack of stats or how much of it is actually them doing a lot of isolation plays, but still plenty of good teamwork. These guys obviously know each other very well. There's a lot of synergy going on, a lot of corporate synergy. There you see the crowd there. There's actually a lot of people here.
Yeah,
we're not used to that.
For sophomore night, trying to support 3 players who have really done a heck of a job representing Solano basketball over the years.
And there's also 3 schools here because Alameda and Laney plays the women after this game. And you're going to be stuck with us for another 2 hours.
As JT Robinson passes out to Corey Cox. Robinson's down at the half-court line, back up. Gonna drive, kick it over to Cox. To Sewell, and he's fouled, but nice find from Cox over to Sewell, who kind of made himself hidden there on the baseline.
And then made himself very aware of the situation, seeing Lu Hong there, kind of jumping on top of him, drawing the foul. It's kind of a ticky-tack foul. I wish they'd take it out of the game, but until they do, pretty good strategy.
Hey, don't tell LeJean Sewell that was ticky-tack. You saw the grimace on his face there from a great shot from Dell.
I mean, it's not ticky-tack when he hits the ground, but Luong didn't mean to foul him. He just was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
And Sewell hits both free throws. So Sewell
also with his last 5 points from the line.
Hitting 6 free throws on the evening. As he's in double figures. So 3 men in double figures with Smith, Cox, and Sewell. As Johnson hits, goes for the corner 3, and Aaron Carter with the putback. Not to be confused with the singer Aaron Carter.
You know, it's his party.
Yep. There is a Shaq on the team. And
he beat Shaq to get in the starting lineup.
As JT Robinson with a nice strong move, laying it up and in, and going to the line for an and 1.
Yeah, and that was his first points of the night. So good to see him getting a little bit more aggressive, getting to the hoop.
Really, JT not playing that many minutes, probably a result of sophomore night, trying to get Corey Cox and Donovan Smith into a bigger role in their last home game for Solano. And JT Robinson is really going to be a cornerstone for Solano for the next year, I would say.
Oh, definitely.
Future looks pretty bright for Solano with Robinson coming back, Sewell.
Tim Moore, Jesse Carey, LeJean Sewell.
A lot of freshmen.
Andre Usher will probably be the starting center if he can work on not fouling.
As Long hits the 3-point shot. And Solano, after having a 12-point lead at halftime, holding on to a 5-point lead with 7:15 and counting. As Corey Cox trying to dribble past Carter, he's going to draw a blocking foul. And just like the first half, if Solano can get Alameda into some foul trouble, that will be a definite key to maintaining this lead.
Definitely. I concur. I completely agree.
Do you think I'm right?
No.
No? Okay. So JT Robinson with the inbound. Smith in the corner. Skips it over to Osterstock for 3. Caught it kind of weird and shot it up anyway. And Dickerson with the outlet pass to Johnson. Johnson to Luong. Luong drives past Osterstock and lays it up and in.
There you go, Luong. Getting to the rim. Nice little do-si-do.
Contorting his body with his layup attempt. He's going to be guarding LeJean Sewell. Sewell drives to his left, tries to scoop it with some English, but no good. As Gins Jr. drives. Nice play by JT Robinson, smacking the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, and good there not to foul. He gave position, he kept up with him, and he saw the ball, and he attacked. Good defense, JT Robinson.
So now Gins Jr. going to inbound the ball into the corner for Johnson for 3. Rebound by Smith. They have numbers if they push. Smith on Luong. Going to scoop it up and out, but Cox with the offensive rebound. Swatted away by Aaron Carter. So not able
Isn't that how he beat Shaq too, like in the song?
He did. He jumped very high and swatted him with the help of some wires and 90s technology. Osterstock blocked by Dickerson, and Luong is pushing past Corey Cox. Sewell's there for the block, but he fouls him with the body.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
So Sewell went
a little
up
gamesmanship
very high.
though, because Sewell obviously drew. He drew the foul on Luong earlier, and so Luong kind of getting back at him.
So nice close-up there from Gerardo, our cameraman.
Nice hard part.
Hits the free throw, so.
I'm complimenting his hair.
I had no idea what you're talking about, honestly, so.
You just kept going.
Yeah.
Whatever, you're
Hair,
weird.
I think hair is not my expertise, Mike, if anybody who knows me.
It's mine.
Luong not able to hit that second free throw, but Dickerson with the rebound, and all of a sudden it's a tie ball game at 55.
Yeah, Solano has not played its brand of basketball here in the second half. Great defensive adjustments for Alameda.
Now Smith with a long 3, and that is good. So Smith making his first shot of the second half.
Yeah, 4 threes tonight.
He hit 6 against Alameda the first meeting, so
sure, why not?
Well on his way to that. Luong trying to break down Smith. Wide open for 3, going to take it. And ill-advised shot from Luong.
It's not his range.
Is it a little long from Luong?
I swear to God. If you keep doing this,
Smith?
I'm going to stop talking completely. I'm going to leave you and your puns and your rhyme scheme alone.
But it's like T-ball. It's like right there, like right in my wheelhouse. As Corey Cox not able to hit that layup. Rebounded by Dickerson, Luong pushing. Passing it, long 3 from Gins Jr. Caught it in stride, but maybe a little too far out of his range.
That guy has in the gym range. It's so quick. It reminds me a little bit of Stephen Curry. I know that's kind of a cliche comparison nowadays, but still a quick release and just beautiful touch from beyond the arc. Not that
Mix that with
far.
some athleticism. And
Yeah,
Gins Jr. is an interesting-looking prospect for maybe transferring to another school. Once his playing days are done, but Osterstock hitting his second 3 of the evening.
Yeah, I've essentially stopped tracking anything other than points, but filling up the stat sheet.
Yeah, Osterstock having a nice, solid night, and this is sophomore finale for the Falcons. But he's going to draw the foul on Osterstock, guarding Aaron Carter. So Tim Moore is going to check in.
I can't get over Aaron Carter's name. I can't take it seriously.
You can't take him seriously? He can't do anything on the basketball court?
That's
that'd be like,
rude.
oh, Justin Bieber with the block.
That's exactly what it would
I definitely
be.
see your point. Aaron Carter's not the most like masculine man you think of.
Not even masculine. It's just not an athletic name.
But Carter, if I could just call him Carter.
Yeah,
Carter
I'd have
with
so
the
much.
putback.
I'd have such an easier time.
So nice hook shot by Carter in the post. JT Robinson pump fakes, gets it over to Moore. Moore lays it up and in. So nice strong move from Tim Moore.
Yep, 6 points already above his average. He was trying to tell everybody in class that he averages 8 points a game. I had to do the math on him, tell him that he only averages 5.7.
And Usher with his third foul on Dickerson. Nice pump fake. So he's going to go to the line yet again. He's been living at the line for Alameda.
Yeah, already 5 made free throws. I believe he's 5 of 6.
Yeah, missed one earlier in the first half. Almost airballed that one, just barely ticked the front of the rim.
All right, DeAndre. Compose yourself a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
Good look at Bronte Dickerson there. With
I like his ink.
Yeah. And he hits the second. As JT Robinson going to take it into the front court. Pass along over to Smith. Smith gets the screen from Usher. Pull up 3. Too strong. Usher with a nice offensive rebound, but Luong pokes it away. Scramble for the ball. Into the hands of JT Robinson. Smith over to Moore. Moore with the right hand up and in, and one. So Tim Moore playing a heck of a game.
And Alameda needs to call a timeout because number 3, Antoine Johnson, really fell hard on the scorer's table.
Yeah, the bench is trying to tell him to kind of ease up. And
okay, he's just kind of walking it off.
maybe it would knock the wind out of him a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
He hit the Pepsi sign pretty hard. I think if you squint, you can kind of see the sweat stain that he left.
I'm constantly squinting anyway. I can't see. But beautiful move from Tim Moore to lay it up and in.
Yeah, nice control with both hands we've seen from Tim Moore, the natural lefty, but he's had a couple of nice finishes with his right hand, but not able to hit the free throw, so only the bucket is good. It's a 65-58 ball game with Bronte Dickerson with a hook shot short. Robinson with a strong rebound through the trees. Corey Cox pushing it. Mismatch on the wall, kicks it out to Tim Moore. We thought about the 3. He's going to stop, pass it off the head of Carter. Jacobs.
Yeah, it hit him in the face. Yep. Hit him in the nose.
So now Carter back behind the defense. Long being turned around by JT Robinson. Nice control by JT Robinson, really confusing Luong on the defensive end. He dribbled out, dribbled in.
Yeah, no, I liked it. It was good. Nice array of moves.
And Aaron Carter in a considerable amount of pain.
Okay, so we need to do a little bit of changing around here. So the guy that had no name because we didn't know who he was.
That is Rudy Bonellia.
Yeah, so he was originally listed as number 14.
The true number 14?
So number 14, now we don't know who he is. We're assuming it's either Desmond Gray or Terrell Nelson.
It's actually none of the above. See? It's Shaquille Maxey Smith.
Of course it is. Whatever.
So the PA announcer, very helpful with that. Announcing Shaquille Maxey Smith. As Bronte Dickerson going to go back to the line. So Smith with 3 personal fouls now with 12:47, excuse me, left in the second half. So that's going to be a very key stat to keep your eye on for the rest of this game. Dickerson hits the first. As Osterstock and Snell check in for Usher and Smith. You'll expect Smith to sit for probably a good 5 minutes. As long as Solano has the lead, probably he'll sit down, try to conserve his fouls as Dickerson hits the second.
Dickerson now with 16 points.
As a foul is called on Jacobs on the full court press. A little too aggressive on Joshawn Snell. So 5 team fouls now for Alameda, while Solano has 4. 67-60. As Tim Moore gets the ball on a mini break with Osterstock. Moore goes up and Snell resets. Gonna look for the offense to initiate with JT Robinson on Luong, crossing him over. Cox drives to his right, lays it up, too strong. Rebounded by Dickerson. As Luong pushes now. The long drives to his right. Swatted by Tim Moore. Can't believe it that he gets a foul called on him. I believe it's going to be on JT Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim Moore, not the culprit there on that block. His block was good, but Robinson had both hands on him.
And I always hate when that happens as a shot blocker, when you get the block and then your teammate fouls him. And you go, hey, I got you, big boy. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, got a little rim protection. Look at Tim Moore's arms. That's
It's incredible that he's freakishly built. I mean that
in the
in a
nicest
nice
way possible. Yeah.
No, I know he's listening to this. He's asked me many times to say nice things about him, and I refuse to.
So Tim Moore, you are my second favorite Tim Moore that's ever been on Solano. Just joking, Tim. So JT Robinson wide open, trying to stuff it home. Would have been a little bit more wise to try and lay that up and in, because he's definitely going to get fouled by Jacobs on the back end. Instead of stuffing it, try and lay it.
Yeah,
nice
but he
off the
didn't
backboard.
want to. If you hold on to the ball with two hands, you are guaranteed the foul. If you try to lay it up and Jacobs pins it to the backboard, it's a nice defensive play.
Robinson hits the first.
And I like to see Robinson more aggressive in the second half. Really, this is also an audition for next year. There's only 3 sophomores on this entire Solano team, so this is really an audition to see who starts next year.
As Jacobs drives the length of the court and is fouled. And like you said, really, Solano plays a 10-minute rotation, and 7 of them coming back. So good depth coming back with multiple guards in Brinston, Snell, Sewell, along with some forwards with JT Robinson and Tim Moore. Really, I think the key will be Andre Usher's development and possibly getting another big to replace Osterstock. As Bronte not able to rattle that home, but gets the ball back and slams it in, just barely, over the iron. Dickerson with the putback. And really, Bronte Dickerson's size proving a huge factor for Alameda.
He needed to sit down. They call a timeout there. So just kind of got to get a breather. It was a great play from Alameda to stick with it. They're only down 5, still plenty of time left, almost 12 minutes left to go in the game. And really, it's been really back and forth in the second half.
Yeah.
You thought that Solano was going to run away with it when they were up 12 at halftime, up 14 at one point. But credit Alameda, they can score the basketball at a torrential pace.
Yeah, that pace really means that they're in every single game. Even if they're down double digits, they can go on a 10-0 run to just magically cut that lead into single digits. And it's at this point 5, their deficit the Cougars are facing behind the Falcons. As Donovan Smith going to check back into the game, so Smith better be careful not to get his 4th personal foul. Cox turns it over, and Gins Jr. lays it up and in for the layup. Snell pressured by Luong and Gins Jr., and it's going to be tied up, and the possession arrow is going the way of the Cougars. So back-to-back turnovers from Solano from the full court press.
And honestly, I mentioned this at the top of the broadcast. You might see a couple of tired legs later on in the game and not as much energy. But Solano ball on another jump ball.
Yep, so good play by Donovan Smith, not fouling, causing that tie-up. Now let's see if they can get the ball into the front court as Luong puts it in the corner. And Snell throws it away now. Jacobs for 3, and he hits it. So Jacobs, Aaron Jacobs, the bench player, scoring about 9 points a game, not afraid to shoot the ball. Tim Moore with the outlet pass from Donovan Smith over to Osterstock. Takes one dribble and is fouled on the back end by Harrell.
They got so lucky that he got fouled by Harrell because that hit the bottom of the backboard. Come on, Kyle. Come on, Osterstock.
Not the most fleet of foot out there. From
the wind was in his hair. It was blowing. It was very majestic. Couldn't lay it up and in, but got to the line.
So
there you see another shot of the crowd.
Yeah, pretty packed bleacher section for the gymnasium that we typically don't see. But like you said, the women will follow this game against Laney in a very important matchup.
Yeah, that's really for the conference championship. could have won it earlier. Solano lost last week, and Laney beat them earlier in the year. So if Laney wins this game tonight, Solano does not win the conference championship.
As Luong jacks up a 3, Smith with the rebound. So if you're watching this on youtube.com/Solano, after this game, be sure to check out Solano versus Laney for an exciting game. Sewell with the layup, rattles out, but nice play by Osterstock to tip it out. Gins Jr. dribbles it through the legs of Brinston, and timeout called by Alameda. So some interesting bounces there. Osterstock trying to tip it out. Thought it would be in the hands of Solano, but Gins Jr.'s hustle.
And I think it bounced off of Robinson's hands. He thought he had corralled it, and it kind of came off of him. If he had just let it go behind him, there were 3 other guys in white back there to get the ball. But, you can't assume that. You have to go for the ball when it's there. We saw Jesse Carey not go for the ball earlier, expecting somebody else to get it. And Alameda got it. So you're danged if you do and danged if you don't.
So, yeah, those last couple of possessions, really, Alameda's hustle on those 50-50 balls really are paying off for them. They got the jump ball and the possession arrow a couple of possessions ago, and they're really hustling for that loose ball, not taking anything for granted that, Osterstock batted out to an open man from Solano, so I might as well give up and just play defense. No. Gins Jr., with his aggression, able to poke that ball away, grab possession, and call timeout. So good heads-up play by.
He has 21 points. He is the heart, and he is the heart of the team. Bronte Dickerson, the soul of the team. It all revolves around them. They are what bring the energy and really finish plays for Alameda.
Yeah, so those 2 players really imprinting their mark on this game. And for the Solano side, really, the second half has been very quiet for some of these sophomores that had some pretty good first halves with Smith. Only able to hit that 1 3-pointer, and Corey Cox not really on his game like he was in the first half. So expect some good things from the sophomores.
It's kind of been bench mob in the second half, with the exception of J.T. Robinson scoring 6 so far in the second half.
And Tim Moore adding a couple buckets. So the bench really playing a big role for Solano as Jacobs follows his own miss with the rebound, and Dickerson lays it up and in after Corey Cox slaps him on the wrist.
That's 20 points now for Bronte Dickerson. So 2 men for Alameda, over 20 points, 42 of the 70.
And he's looking for 71 on the free throw, and he's been doing a heck of a job from the free throw line as well. Nailing not only free throws to get 3 points as he misses that one, and lucky break for Solano.
Can you take that one to the monitor? Because that was Donovan Smith and Lazon Sewell fighting for it.
But somehow it was off Alameda.
Yeah.
And now Corey Cox left wide open, so they break the press, and Corey Cox makes him pay on the other end.
Still not jamming at home. And almost got it blocked there, too.
Yep, call that jelly because that's no jam. So
stop it. You've been saving that one all season. I heard you 3 weeks ago say that. And you're like, I should say that in game.
That is unequivocally a lie.
Don't think you can use big. I'm not Stosh. You can't just use big words to confuse me and try to get out. I know you're magician. I know you're magic.
Indubitably. All right.
Stop it.
As Alameda has the ball now, inbounding.
I'll do the women's game by myself. I don't care.
What would you do without me? Luong over to Harrell. Into the post against Junior, goes right around Osterstock. So
yeah, Osterstock was really out of position there.
Yeah, Osterstock stuck his feet in the ground, and Gins Jr. just made a nice move to get right around him. As Brinson trying to break the press, over to Smith. Smith guarded by Jacobs and Brinston. So small guard lineup with Sewell, Smith, and Brinston with Cox as Smith pulls up, too strong. Rebounded by Harrell. Luong pushing the ball, drives past Sewell, but kind of throws it up, but it's going to be off of Solano. So possibly a man had made contact with the ball, forcing him to go out of bounds.
Credit a block to somebody. Team block.
Now Antoine Johnson coming back into the ball game, replacing Devontae Harrell. So for Alameda, we have Johnson, Luong, and that man, Bronte Dickerson, with yet another field goal.
And it's absolutely incredible that they have not decided to double him in the post yet. I know he has great vision and he's found some cutters for some easy layups, but that man is killing you from the post.
Yeah, really force some of those other players besides Gins Jr. and Dickerson to really beat you.
Yeah. If I'm Solano, I'm letting Luong take as many threes as he wants.
Sewell with the long three in rhythm, though. Nice pass from Brinston. And that was a good rhythm three for Sewell.
Yeah, first three of the night and first field goal made since the first half.
So Sewell with now 13. Dickerson up and curls out, and Ososok with the rebound. So
yeah, lucky break there for Solano. Very easily could have gone in.
Brinston now being guarded by Aaron Jacobs. Corey Cox gets the screen from Ososok, tries to split the defenders, but good play by Gins Jr. stripping the ball away. Jacobs now on the fast break, pushing it past Ososok, too strong. Rebounded up by Jacobs, so Jacobs nice hustle. And it cuts the lead down to 2. Puts the lead up by 2. A little scoreboard error. 76-74 as Smith steps into a 3, too strong.
I'd like to see Donovan Smith go and attack the basket a little bit more. He kind of falls in love with that 3, maybe one of the few things in his game. It's more of a mental tick, I guess. He wants to score more points per possession.
Now Smith on the defensive end, trying not to draw his 4th foul. Foul is on the play on Gins Jr. for going over the back. So that's going to be 1 and 1. We'll see who will shoot that free throw. Looks like Corey Cox was the man that was boxing out Gins Jr. Will get 1 free throw attempt, and if he makes it, he'll get a second. 2.
That is usually how the 1 and 1 works.
Yeah, just explain for those who don't know. You know.
Google it.
Yeah, Google 1 and 1. I didn't know what it was until I took a basketball class here at Solano because I was more an NBA fan. I wasn't really a college.
Yeah, there was no such
fan
thing as a 1 and 1
in the NBA. As Cox off iron, rebounded by Carter.
I mean, I'll tell you something. I'll make a little confession right now on the internet where everybody can hear it and it's on record. I didn't know that yeah, that's a travel.
Oh, interesting confession, Mike.
Stop.
That was a travel.
I didn't know the NBA got another foul until like 3 years ago. I didn't know that there was a difference between the college and the NBA and the number of fouls
5 personals?
you get. Yeah.
Okay. So Cox, nice follow by JT Robinson, not giving up on that play. And Robinson, he's had some extended time on the bench, but when he's in there, he's made an impact in the second half.
Yeah, 8 points so far in the second half. All of them in the second half.
Yeah.
All 8 points.
Luong, cross court. Now Johnson for 3. Hits the 3, so we asked Alameda, somebody else beat them besides Gins Jr. and Dickerson, and Antoine Johnson really responded as they poke it away. Kemp on the fast break to Johnson, pulls up for 3. Off the back of the rim. Rebounding collected by Harrell. Luong now on a mismatch with a much taller Corey Cox. So he can stay in front of Luong. Now in the post. Luong goes away from the screen. Now accepts the screen. Mismatch with Moore, and he hits it in his face. So impressive
I
shot
apologize.
by Benny Luong.
Benjamin.
Too bad they're not the Alameda Jets.
Benny and the Jets.
Are we allowed to sing on this
No.
without like having to pay Elton John?
I think if it's under like 3 seconds or whatever,
Okay.
then we don't have to pay royalties.
Or if we just sing it out of key. Benny and the Bills, because Rex Ryan just got fired from the Jets. And,
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I did not hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was pretty much a foregone conclusion.
Yep,
So.
hired by the Bills. A little NFL knowledge. As Sewell going back to the line. He's hit 6 free throws from there.
Still a 1-on-1 situation.
Yeah.
The next foul will be a double bonus.
Yeah, so 9 personal. So he hits the first. And there's Sewell. Nice look by Dell, our cameraman. Hits the second. Now Bronte Dickerson about to inbound the ball to Benny Luong.
Looks like Joshawn Snell comes in, or Tim Moore. Tim Moore came in.
Either way, Snell and Smith are on the backcourt with Tim Moore, JT Robinson, and Andre Usher. Nice entry pass there by Alameda, getting Dickerson, who was fronted by Andre Usher. Found him nicely for the layup.
And Solano really has not had much of an answer for this full court press.
So 6-point game. JT Robinson. Nice fake on the Wong. Over to Usher. Free throw line jumper. Pulls the string too short. And rebounded by Harrell, who's off to the races. Pulls up. Over to Gins Jr. Steps into the 3. Too short. Andre Usher with a strong rebound. Over to Smith.
And this is time now for Donovan Smith to take control of this team and lead his team back, down 6.
And the drive, and he lays it up and in, right on cue.
And I said that he needed to attack the basket a little bit more and not fall in love with the 3. And he went right around his defender, laid it up and in.
So around the 5-minute mark left in the second half. Solano down 84-80. As a corner 3 from Harrell is good. So all of a sudden, Alameda's bench really playing dividends in this second half. Snell over to Robinson. Thought about the 3, but decided to pass it back out to Snell. Reset the offense. Nice cross behind the back, but too strong. Rebounded by Johnson. Gins Jr. pushing it to his left. Scoops it up, and rebounded by Dickerson. Swatted away by Andre Usher.
Good defense by Andre Usher.
And Snell.
Oh, they had numbers. They should have pushed it.
Snell thought about maybe pulling up. Really disrupted the offensive pace and rhythm. Missed opportunity there from the Falcons. Let's see if Robinson can't make up for it. Nice crossover, but not able to hit the layup, but goes to the line for 2. Great move by JT Robinson, crossing over his defender, drawing the foul.
And I don't think Solano's used to having to score this many points to win a game.
Yeah, definitely a high-paced game. Not used to seeing games in the 80s as he hits the first. So 87-81 is the score with 3:52 left in the second half.
Yeah, and if Solano can get some stops, there's still plenty of time left. This 4 minutes can be really an eternity.
Misses the second, though, so it's a 6-point ball game. As Luong, who's had a strong second half, scoring the majority of his points in the second half with Gins Jr., Jacobs, Johnson, and Dickerson as the 5 for Alameda, with Snell, Smith, Moore, Robinson, and Osterstock for Solano. Benny Luong into Jacobs, guarded by Tim Moore, goes to his left, passes it out to Gins Jr. in rhythm, but pulls the string short, and it's an air ball. 1 on the shot clock, no good. The ball was still in his hands as it left, so Alameda's going to call for a 24-second violation.
Technically, it's a 35-second violation.
35-second. Still fixed on an NBA. We were talking about.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But they need to break this full court press.
See if Donovan, who's being pressured by Jacobs, Corey Cox now. Smith really racing past everybody. Snell for 3. That would have been a nice 3-point shot from Snell. As Gins Jr. on the break goes right around Corey Cox. So 5-point swing just like that.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do when that guy's coming full speed at you.
As Snell started running before he caught the ball. Johnson over to Jacobs, lays it up and in. So Alameda's full court press really disrupting Solano. So it's now a 10-point ball game with 2:45 left in the second half. What does Solano have to do to break this press?
Well, they need to look up. They need to look for outlet passes. It's really a 3-on-1 break if they can break the full court press, because Alameda has 4 guys in the backcourt trying to double both inbounders, or both inbound passes. So if you can look up and find the guy at half court, you have numbers and you can push.
So we'll see if Coach Nagel in this timeout has some adjustments to break that press. As you see, again, the packed house here at the Solano Gymnasium, Falcons Nest.
And one more thing, I think that everybody just needs to calm down. You see Joshawn Snell, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Snell, he really is kind of playing hurried. He wants so badly to be, I don't know what the right wording is, but he wants to move so quickly because he wants to break the press, and he's just getting a little rattled, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely his feet aren't matching with his urgency, the sense of urgency.
Well, I'm saying that he's too urgent.
Yes.
Okay.
Or he's getting ahead of himself and going without the ball, not looking the ball into his hands before he starts driving to the basket. And Snell is going to take a seat as LeJean Sewell, going to replace him. So it'll be Donovan Smith, LeJean Sewell, Tim Moore, Corey Cox, and Kyle Osterstock. So interesting, no JT Robinson out there. As Sewell goes right around Luong on the backside, drives. Osterstock for 3 in the corner, and he's 3 for 3 on the night. 4th person in double figure for Solano with 11 or 13? 13?
Yeah, 13.
I keep forgetting about the 2 technicals because I just don't expect Osterstock to take the 2 technicals. As Gins Jr. with the baseline jumper. Strong rebound by Donovan Smith. He has numbers if he pushes. 3-on-3. Floater off the back of the rim. Too strong. Nice rebound by Benny Luong. Going to settle it down with 2:05 and counting. And this will be a rare possession, I believe, where Alameda is going to use some clock rather than push it. As Luong drives past Smith, lays it up, hit the rim, but he's going to go to the rim, go to the line for a 2.
Yeah, he's been going to the rim all night, with the exception of the 1-3 that he hit.
So Benny Luong, he's had some interesting finishes at the rim.
Yeah.
He kind of contorts his body, kind of flips it up.
Yeah, doing a lot of double, triple clutch, trying to disrupt the blocker's timing and really the position of the ball in the air.
And Benny Luong having a pretty good ball game, going over his season averages of 5.1 points per game, 0.3 rebounds, and 1 assist per ball game as he hits the first. An 8-point game with 154 remaining in this ball game.
Yeah, and this will really be a heartbreaker for Solano if they do end up losing this game, because Alameda only has 2 wins on the season.
And this a 21-point turnaround after leading by 12 in the first half. As Smith gets it over to Tim Moore, guarded by Jacobs, swings it over to Sewell. Shoots the 3 too short. Osterstock battle for the ball. Tim Moore has it. Out to Smith. Smith pump fakes. Over to Osterstock. Cross court to Corey Cox, who drives to his right. Pulls up jumper too short. Luong tips it over to Jacobs for the rebound.
And Corey Cox has to stop taking that jumper. He made the first one, but he's really missed the last 4 or 5 since then.
Really hasn't got that same rhythm he had in the first half. And
he was getting to the rim and getting to the line in the first half, as Luong throws that one away.
So that corner pass towards Antoine Johnson. Too far to his right, so it's out of bounds with 1 minute remaining. In a 9-point ball game, Solano needs to get something going fast if they want to get back. Cox for 3. Too strong off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Aaron Jacobs. Long outlet pass to Johnson, but they're going to call a foul, I believe.
Yeah,
on Tim Moore.
They're in the
on
1-and-1. So, foul Luong, probably one of the worst on the court right now in terms of free throw shooting.
Yeah, you see Bronte Dickerson really coming up with clutch shots, so you don't want to foul him. You don't want to foul Gins Jr. So Luong, not a bad candidate. He missed his last
Gins Jr.
one.
actually has not, I don't believe he's attempted a free throw tonight. He certainly hasn't made any.
And Smith drives to the full length of the court. And that's going to be helpful to Solano's cause as it's a 7-point ball game. So smart foul there. Fouling Luong, misses the one-on-one.
I would have liked to see a little bit more of that get up and go from Donovan Smith earlier. You wonder if it might be too little, too late, down 7 with 38 seconds left.
Definitely an uphill battle, but if they can get a quick turnover, pull some Reggie Miller magic, anything's
Reggie
possible.
Miller fouled a whole bunch of people in that magic. They didn't call any of it, but when a guy gets knocked in the back and falls to the ground, it's a foul.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Some home cooking on sophomore
maybe,
night.
Sure.
No conspiracy theories here, but anything's possible. If Kevin Garnett has taught me anything, anything is possible. With 39.4 seconds left. Next foul for Solano will put them in the double bonus. So if they get a steal, possibly a quick foul, go to the line for 2. There's a ton of scenarios that can happen, but the important thing is that Solano needs to get the ball first.
Yeah, they need to try to steal this inbound or commit a foul early.
And I like that Tim Moore is going to be on the inbound passer, put his length to disrupt the vision of Antoine Johnson, who's going to take the ball out, put the speedy Sewell on Luong. Now they trap him. Foul Luong by Sewell.
Now he'll get 2 shots, though, out of the 1-and-1.
So that's a very important fact that Alameda gets 2 shots. Luong missed the first of a 1-on-1 his last time at the line. Previous possession, he missed 1 of 2, or made 1 of 2, depending on your pessimism or optimism.
Well, I'm going pessimistic. He
Yeah.
missed 2 out of the last 3.
So Luong nails that one. As Brinston checks in the game for Tim Moore for the press that's bound to happen if Luong hits this free throw. Get another ball handler in there with Sewell and Smith. Misses second, rebounded by Brinston. Going to push the ball up the court, 35 seconds left. And Sewell has the ball. He's going to drive to his left. Going to flip the ball up and in. But Alameda smart not to foul. Time is ticking away. Corey Cox tips it out of bounds. 27 seconds left. Tim Moore now back in, trying to pressure the defender yet again. Donovan Smith hounding Luong. Luong dribbling out of it, but poked wide by Tim Moore, but he cannot believe he got called for a foul.
I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of contact that they let go, and as soon as the ball comes out, then there's the foul called. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Could have been potentially a 4 or 5, even a 6-point swing. Maybe not a 6-point swing because he's only getting 2 shots, but you get my point.
Yes. Definitely a momentum shifting type of play, whether the ref calls that foul or not. So Luong.
It's sophomore night. It's on the home court. Come on. Let him play, ref.
Luong hits the first. Again, Nagel getting that substitution for Moore, replaced by Andrew Brinston. And Benny Luong hits the second.
Really, Benny Luong has been the late game hero for this Alameda team because he was the guy that Solano decided to pick on and said, we're going to win or lose this game because of you. And to his credit, Benny Luong has stepped up and he's made five. His last 5 points have been free throws. 5 out of the last 7 he's made. So
very impressive.
Exactly. Thank you.
So 13 points from Benny Luong to complement the great games by Cruz Gins Jr. and Bronte Dickerson. A lot of last names for their full names. You know?
Yeah.
Cruz and Gins Jr.
Cruz Gins Jr. Yeah.
Bronte and Dickerson.
You think Bronte is the last name?
Yeah, the writer, Emily Bronte.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they're sisters.
And Emily Dickinson. We talked about that earlier.
Yep. We thought Bronte Dickerson's family was lit majors in a past.
They could still be. You know,
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, perhaps they have bad penmanship, and the R was supposed to be an N. I know about that.
I don't know how many lit majors have bad penmanship.
Well, you could
The
love
publisher
English and write terribly.
I don't know. You got to write a lot, and eventually you.
Or you could be computer savvy, you know. You have terrible handwriting, but just type a lot.
Sure.
It's 2015. You don't know.
Not when he was born.
That's true. As Soul dribbles the ball up with 19 seconds and counting. Air ball from Princeton. And Princeton's going to pressure the ball over to Luong. Luong going to be content to dribble it out. So Solano able to not foul. So that's going to be the ball game. The final score, Alameda 96, Solano 88. And Mike, this second half really did not go Solano's way.
No, Alameda, give them credit. They went in at halftime and said, you still got plenty of game left. You know you're going to score. These are the adjustments that you have to make defensively to really shut down this offense. And they just didn't allow Donovan Smith to beat them. He didn't get anywhere close to 33, 10, and 6 in this game. Really 12, 14, 16, 18 points. Still nothing to really scoff at. But it was a great game by everybody for Solano. I have not seen them put up 88 in a game. I don't do a lot of the men's games. You'd know better than I do. But great game on both ends. It just wasn't enough, really, to get the job done.
Yeah, and just credit Alameda having some big game performances from Cruz Gins Jr., Bronte Dickerson, and late in the game, Benny Luong able to stifle and come back from that 12-point deficit at halftime. So once again, your final score from Solano, Alameda 96, Solano 88. Thank you for watching. And guys who are the sophomores, thank you for a wonderful year. To Kyle Osterstock, Corey Cox, Donovan Smith, it's been a pleasure covering you guys. And thank you for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Thank you for all you've done on behalf of Solano Community College men's basketball program. We are grateful to you and your families. Here are this year's sophomores. For Henderson High School, number 3, Donovan Smith. For Alameda High School, academic dean's list student, number 32, Corey Cox. From Brandon High School, academics dean's list student number 44, Kyle Osterstock. And we want our sophomores to remember, tradition never graduates. Please rise to the playing